I stream on Twitch, by the way. Go check that out sometime. Thanks. It's time for one of the spookiest videos of the year, in the spookiest time of the month, for one of the spookiest Brawlhalla legends there is. The one and... Wait, what? It's still September? Huh. Guess it is. Make sure to edit this part out. Azoth often feels like one of the legends that's more left out than included, although you also see people calling him one of the strongest legends too. Why is that? What unknown powers and prophecies could Azoth be hiding from us? Is it an unknown balance pass? The power of bow side sig? Maybe the long-forgotten lance and guitars legend people have been begging for? Okay, maybe not that. But maybe one of the first two? Who knows. Azoth's probably just like any other legend in Brawlhalla. People overreacting about his signature kit being wildly great? Let's find out. His signature kit is by no means bad. Each sig pretty much has its own purpose. Axe and Sig, while unfortunately being his worst Axe Sig, comes with quite a lot of power to it. I find myself throwing it into any sort of Axe combo, and it does hit from time to time. It has a mighty amount of hitting power, that's for sure. You wouldn't go wrong using this one. Axe Side Sig might seem weaker than Axe and Sig, although it harnesses a power which I don't believe many people know about. Just gravity cancel it, we're coming back to stage. Simple. Alright, maybe it's not only that. The Sig itself actually travels quite far, making for some unexpected hits on enemies that tend to play further back. You could argue that the end lag might get yourself hurt, but this Sig isn't meant to be thrown out constantly. At least from my experience. Throw it out once or twice if you're confident, just don't spam it. It's not a spammer Sig. Wanna know what is a spammer Sig? Axe down Sig. I wouldn't say this is Azoth's best signature in his whole kit, but it's definitely his second best. The area coverage it has is really wild, although any enemy in the air is probably going to avoid it pretty easily. Unless we're just falling into it. Use this bad boy on the corner of the stage though, your enemy's going to have a tough time fighting back. It's seriously really strong for how generous the hitboxing is. I'm surprised they haven't nerfed this one yet. Going on to Azoth's bow kit, I can't say it's better or worse really without a proper analysis, so let's go over them and then decide. Bow and Sig can be a bit strange at times. It's a two-part Sig that hits in different spots each. I said it wasn't that great a few years back, but the spots that it hits in is what makes the Sig pretty useful when used at the right time. It's definitely not the best signature in his kit. That's what we have bow side Sig for. This Sig... I can't even put it into words. The whole area this Sig hits in is absurd, especially for how long it lasts. I swear I remember they nerfed this signature, but it still feels so strong to use. Doing it with a gravity cancel works amazingly as well, along with slide charging it. There's really no downsides to this Sig, making it by far Azoth's best signature. After talking about Azoth's best Sig, we unfortunately must go to his worst, bow down Sig. I think when it does work, you get some nice profit off, but it just really has nothing going for it. The hitting area is very mediocre, the force is quite low, and the steering ability it has doesn't prove to be very useful either. Yes, you can steer the Sig. You learn something new every day. Overall, the Axe signatures are just slightly better, but Azoth also has bow side Sig. You could run either weapon on Azoth. Neither weapons at this point are extremely weak or extremely OP. And the signatures alone don't make enough of a difference to really say one is better or not. Going on to the skins, Azoth's only gotten one new skin and my opinions haven't changed much. Got to a Sky Scourge, Los Muertos, and Azoth to Azoth. Sky Scourge is my go-to Azoth skin, every time, no downsides. Los Muertos just fights the aesthetic amazingly, especially the weapons, and Azoth has a wildly amazing theme and style. A part of the best battle pass too, of course. Pretty good tier as Necromancer and Baron Azoth. Both of them have pretty nice designs to them, although I wouldn't say they weren't god tier. Mid tier has Default, Deep One, and Lich Lord. Default's pretty average, nothing too special. Deep One is pretty unique for Azoth, but the weapons are very meh, and Lich Lord I rated much higher in the past, but honestly it could be closely related to the default skin. Med tier has Island and Annihilator Azoth. Island could have been done much better in terms of design, and Annihilator looks okay, but it just doesn't hit that hard for me. Lastly, in Get Out tier, we have Ancient Azoth. The skin I usually stand by is one of the worst Azoth skins. I don't know who this appeals to, the only unique thing it has is the green glow, but it's just... I don't even have words for it. It's bad. Really bad. Although Azoth skins overall balance each other out. Tier list wise, out of SA, B, C, and D, I'd place Azoth in just about A tier. It would be really hard placing him anywhere higher considering a few things I thought stuck out about him. Of course, Axe and Bow are not broken weapons or underpowered weapons, like I had stated earlier. They don't need buffs or nerfs currently, and I think they're both fine where they are right now. While Azoth's signatures aren't too amazing, his bow side sig and axe down sig stand out, potentially needing nerfs. A question I thought to myself was, are Azoth sigs good overall, or only good at noob stopping? Because yes, both sigs excel greatly, but I think a more than experienced player will be able to counter them fairly well. It won't be useless, but not super OP. That's kind of why I place Azoth in A tier. His stat combination is an added reason to that as well. 7 attack, 5 dex, 6 defense, and 4 speed. He doesn't lack in any department of his stat lineup and doesn't overextend on any part either. Maybe besides strength, but when we're talking about 7 strength legends, there's much better picks. The stat lineup doesn't do Azoth any bad. I would run any stance besides dex personally, because it takes down on speed, leaving you at 3. So yeah, even after so many years of being given the opportunity to understand Azoth more, I really haven't. My first Azoth analysis, I said this, you can pause if you want, because I was really unsure about him. Although I've discovered it's kind of like putting puzzle pieces together. You add up all the different sections to get the final picture. The SIGs, weapons, stats, skins, which are an added bonus, and etc. Which I guess is what every Legend analysis is like, but for Azoth it sticks out much more. Hence why I placed him in A tier. Because everything about him adds up to be, you guessed it, balanced. I hope you guys enjoyed my ramblings about the spooky man himself, and something tells me a few weeks from now we'll have a whole new legend to be talking about. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Of course, if you enjoyed the content, you can always subscribe. It's free, and you can unsubscribe anytime you'd like. And until next time, always remember to keep on brawling. Oh shit, we forgot to talk about Dander.